Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all fandoms, welcome to the Ferret and Raccoon show. Podcast show.
Yeah, it can be whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the Angry Raccoon.
And I am Ace again.
Ace again, no Ferret still. He is coming back.
Yeah.
He will be back. But Ace is taking over. He's not just some random person. He's a friend of everyone.
I've been here before.
Yeah, well, if they don't know that, then I don't know why you skipped 2 podcasts, but whatever.
People want the latest news.
The latest and the greatest.
Exactly.
And that's why you're here.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. We're back with the next podcast in order to pretty much catch up and get to grips with everything we've missed out on. You may have listened to podcast episode 6 and gone, some of the information's a bit screw-if, but now we're kind of finishing up on just some of the updates, and we're kind of just getting up to date to roughly the point of being the day of it being recorded, or the week, very late in March. But we got a good podcast, and we got a lot of things to talk about. I mean, it's been busy for both of us. We've just finished a term.
Yeah.
Of uni.
Very, very intense work near the end.
More for me than anyone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've got a trip to Japan for my final major project, which has been taking up the majority of my time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be interviewing vampires, so
Vampires.
Yeah.
It is that's pretty interesting
Just
to hear.
casual.
Yeah, casual stuff.
Yeah.
Vampires.
Yeah. The people.
You got your steak and your holy water ready?
No, I've got a water bottle with, holy water.
Okay, well, you just need a cross, you'll be alright if you have that.
I'm not religious, though.
It
doesn't
you
work.
You can still wear it, no.
You need the power of faith.
Not necessarily.
All those films lied to me.
They're kind of fiction.
I don't believe that at all. Interview with a Vampire is a documentary.
You say so. But anyway, gonna go off and cry. Alright. Or anyway, we've got a ton of topics to cover, a ton of things to discuss. So we have no idea how long this podcast is gonna be, but so strap your seatbelts in.
Extra version,
yes. The Ferret and Raccoon podcast extra.
It's the
7.
Ace edition.
The Ace edition. Yeah. We could call that. Could call it that. Yep. We've got our first topic, which is going to be an interesting one. We're going to be mainly talking about a little-known video game known as the Order 1886.
I've never heard of this game in my life.
No, as an avid gamer, I don't know what it's about.
No one's talked about it. No one said it's good or bad.
No coverage.
I know. I haven't seen pictures or gameplay.
Kind of fell under the radar, really.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame because the game looked promising.
Yeah, it really looked like it could have been the next gen game we all needed.
And that's the problem.
Yes.
So the Order 1886 released, and the one thing that a lot of people noticed after playing the game and beating it upon putting their arse to seat was they'd already beaten it.
Yeah.
Now, this in itself did spark some controversy, where there was obviously a lot of people obviously defending it, saying, well, a good game or a good story doesn't matter the length as long as it's good, and other people saying, well, I wanted a longer game, I paid this much for a game.
I was one of the people saying, hey, if it's a good game it doesn't matter if it's kind of short.
So, same here. I mean, I did kind of see this as a slightly weird thing to do nowadays, especially if they're going to have 4 characters on the box, not have multiplayer, not have any seriously no replay value. It's that game and you're done.
No collectibles, no extra missions or anything. Which
really brought me and you to the main issue with this one of the main issues with this game is this game got delayed.
Yes, it did get delayed, and I don't know what for.
Yeah, the real thing I'm interested in is why this game, which a lot of people have already played and know was very short, has nothing else seemingly added to it. And, I mean, with no information of DLC, why was this game released?
Actually, I have heard there's possible DLC.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, it's basically a prequel to whatever they're trying to do. But, what was interesting to me is what they were doing this whole time while the game was being delayed. Did they only have, 1 level done and was like, oh shit, we got to step it up?
I think it was all the time trying to texture and put in that Little Big Planet reference.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, just Sackboy.
Most likely all the hairs on Sir Galligan's moustache, perhaps.
Yeah.
It takes a while, guys.
Oh, it's got to look charming.
You've got to look charming. I mean,
Exactly.
the game released, and we both experienced it to very lackluster opinions of the game, from story to gameplay to just about anything. There isn't a lot of redeeming qualities for myself other than the scene where you fight the werewolf for the first time, and that's it. Literally, the best thing in this game is the scene when the Lygan transforms and you shoot him while running, and then after that, the game is worthless.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think it was obviously a very pretty game. There's no denying that.
Yes.
There were some interesting concepts. One of those being the whole, like, this actual order. Some of the weapons were interesting, like that fire smoke gun thing.
Yeah, it releases like an oxide.
Yeah.
And you just set something in it, it blazes it.
That was interesting, and then the idea of fighting these lycans.
Werewolves, basically.
Yeah. It was interesting, but it wasn't done right.
When you actually got to fight the werewolves, nothing happened. It was like the first encounter, you see this pretty cool transformation, and you just get... You just get hide in the corner and they'll come at you, and you just press X to dodge. Pretty much. And I think, I already knew there was something wrong with this game for the very first moment. The first thing you do is press X. Yeah. And I was like, really? Seriously, guys, this is, what year is it? 2015, and you're still using QuickTime events for every mandatory thing? Come on, make a game.
Yeah, exactly. Just have it that you can't continue until you go to this area. Don't QuickTime. Watch our animation.
The game. I think there's been a lot of coverage from a lot of journalist sites going, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with the game," and they've not been really acknowledging the main issues with this game. I think this game was really just a tech demo.
I think it might be the extra money they're getting from the gamers.
What?
Developers.
Yeah, I personally feel that this game was very disappointing, not because I was particularly interested in playing it, but just because this is what passes for a AAA game. Now, granted, obviously this is not the first game that's ever been released to be lackluster or poor. But let me put it this way: the PS4 and 360 have a collective audience of about 20 million people owned. Now, let me put it this way: if you know you have an audience of 20 million who are just salivating for something, are you really going to put in the effort to even bother yourself when you know you've got at least a guaranteed profit?
Yeah. Literally, we've got these consoles, everyone's got them. They can't do anything without our games. Minimal effort, done.
Exactly. I personally feel that's about the thing, and it got me really upset because it did kind of put me off a lot more getting a next-gen console. I've said I'm not really going to be getting a next-gen console until 2017 because I'm hoping by then there will be something. Yeah,
my PS4 is scheduled. June 2nd.
You've got a reason.
Yeah.
I don't really have that selling point yet. Hasn't been anything where it's like, I need to play this game now. Granted, I'm sure there will be games in the future. I'm sure there's going to be, you can't even call E3 anymore. It's just promise time.
Yeah, promise and advertising time.
The next big game for the next gen consoles is Bloodborne, and we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be good, but who knows?
Again, kind of Victorian era. Hopefully it'll be interesting.
Probably fucking better. It'd be a shame if Americans knew more about... It'd be a shame if Japanese developers knew more about English, Victorian horror and Gothic, art than the Americans did, because Americans know fucking everything.
Apparently, though, they're doing Assassin's Creed Victory set in the Victorian era.
Who gives a shit about Assassin's Creed anymore? No one cares.
Their sales have been going up each game.
Ever since Unity, woof.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
The most stable game.
Of course. I think more people bought that one just because it was funny, though.
It was next gen, that's why.
Yeah.
Those franchises are all going to die out. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You kind of just got to do like a snake graph. Same with Call of Duty. It had a little bit of peak, and then it's going to go to a stable, and then it's going to go continually down. There's nothing else they can do other than just giving up.
No, they'll probably end up doing something like Call of Duty Nam. Yeah, just Vietnam or...
Vietnam.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Fallout's... I'm pretty sure Far Cry's going to do that before they do it.
Isn't Far Cry going to be doing, like, the moon or something?
Who knows? Far Cry likes to be a fun game, and they're very much aware that they are very much aware that it is a dumb first-person shooter. They are very much aware, and they play off the fact that, hey, first-person shooters are a little bit dumb and plain and repetitive. You know what? Let's just give you the most luxurious environment to spend your time in, the most batshit crazy people, and just fuck around if you want.
Yeah.
That's why that franchise works, and that's why people enjoy it. People don't enjoy it because they go, oh, I love using the M16 shotgun because it's got the best range in order to kill my enemies.
It makes that sound that's like a real gun.
Oh, the M16 48 does not make that sound. You need to check your facts.
Yeah. You need to re-record it because that's not real. Even if it sounds exactly like the other guns, I want it to sound like that.
If you're a gun nut, you deserve to be shot in the face with a fucking BB gun.
Nice.
But yeah, the Order. I'm pretty. I don't. Do you think we'll be talking about the Order again on this podcast? Other than when we use the example of bad game.
I think if another game comes out, or we're talking about good things done bad, like good ideas done bad.
I don't.
Because it does have a really... I mean...
See, I wouldn't necessarily call the Order 1886 a good idea.
Oh no,
I
it
would
has
say
good ideas.
It could have been a good idea, just not done.
No, it has good ideas within it. It's just done badly, like those ideas.
I don't understand what Sony's doing with this game. If this was to sell copies, you failed. And I mean, this once again depresses me because it's like, if we're going to keep getting a bunch of lackluster games on your next-gen console, good luck trying to sell 80 million PS4s. Not unless people are that stupid. I mean, shit. Like, 1/4 of this world is pretty fucking retarded.
Yeah. They're just... I don't know, it's literally a form of, hey, look, new thing, buy it now so you're up to date.
Yeah, that's how it works, is, you know.
Without any content at all.
Yeah, if you're like that, then good for you. But then again, if you are like that, you probably aren't listening to this podcast, really.
Yeah.
Or you're too busy going, you're wrong about everything, my opinion is correct.
I mean, I could have kind of understood if people got it near launch because of Infamous Second Son, and they thought, maybe there'll be more promising things. But then there hasn't been, so they're just stuck there playing Infamous again.
No, that's a shame. Speaking of promises, Square Enix. You know, everyone's favourite game developing company who don't seem to do anything. I've decided, hey, we got a lot of franchises we could possibly make, so let's throw it out to the people, the gamers. So there could be a good possibility that we may be getting another Gex being the lizard, the platformer, and Fear Effect game coming out from Square Enix if people petition. But then again, having said this, I'm pretty sure Square Enix is probably expecting like 85 billion people to sign it for them to make a game. So, but it's worth the support. So I definitely recommend going to the site on Square Enix and definitely putting your vote down for there to be another possible Square Enix game.
I would say something though about Gex. One of the things I heard that they were planning to do with it isn't good.
What's that?
We're going to make it very realistic.
A realistic lizard?
Yes.
You know, some lizards don't look cool.
Yeah. No, like as in the whole thing would be kind of realistic. So you'd have, you know, real...
So he's going to be a tiny fucking lizard with sunglasses then, is he?
Or he'll be like the lizard from Spider-Man.
Really?
Exactly.
Anyone want that?
Yeah.
No, that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
And besides, people already did that better. It's called fucking... just that fucking animated film they did with Johnny Depp as a gecko.
Oh yeah, Rango.
That's
Yeah. That was pretty
good. That's
good.
how you do a realistic looking film, but they won't do that.
No, they want... I think they want it to be dark and grey.
Dark and grey, huh? For Gex.
Yeah.
Do you know what the third film is based on? It's a parody of James Bond.
Exactly. They want this dark and gritty.
So fucking Square Enix, after Capcom, you're next.
Nice.
Because all you got is Final Fantasy now. You won't support any games you release.
Unless they do... Are they doing another Sleeping Dogs game? Was that Square Enix?
I don't know who published that. I think they only published it.
Ah, okay.
I think they're the only ones who published it, but
I mean, they did a Sleeping Dogs mobile or online game.
Yeah, but you have to realise Square Enix doesn't have anything.
No.
Other than Final Fantasy, and if Final Fantasy 5 or 15, sorry, my bad, flops, they're done. They're packed.
Well, they're doing a Type 0 sequel. Type 0 is getting good stuff.
supposedly.
Yeah.
That's all they can do is milk the Final Fantasy franchise for anything.
So they'll have Type 0 franchise, they'll have Final Fantasy 15, 16, whatever. Then they'll have Dissidia stuff, and then Crystal Chronicles. Do they still do Crystal Chronicles?
I don't think they do anymore.
Alright. Yeah, and then Bravely Default.
Yeah, that's the only thing that people would care about because they actually did something right, and it was like, whoa, shit, you actually released the game.
Yeah, I was surprised.
It makes me wonder, like, why did they even bother with all the 13? They knew people fucking hated it, and they knew it sold well, but they were like, no, we've got to make 2 more sequels. It was like, did you not learn your lesson? What, you taking tips from Capcom now? Like, what were you doing?
You know, I'm actually going to say this, the one time I'm going to say, I think it was an artistic thing. Like, yeah, they actually wanted Lightning to be a character people liked. That's what I think.
I think the only likable thing about Final Fantasy 13 was Lightning's voice actress.
Yeah.
And even then, she doesn't give a shit about the third one.
Exactly.
They probably told her you got to sound enthusiastic, but she's talking more drip than me.
Yeah.
She's like, I have to save the world. It's like, oh yeah, you're really selling that one. No offense to the voice actress.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's a real shame, but hopefully we can actually get, hopefully Square Enix just outsources the people to work on a possible Fear Effect game and a possible Gex game, and there are others, but I think Gex and Fear Effect are the ones I think people want more, so we kind of put that there. Moving into our next topic, a real quick one, is that the fact that the Last Guardian, the, I guess, unofficial third game in the series from Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, the third game, this the Last Guardian is still in development, and Sony's officially said it is still happening.
Yeah, they renewed its copyright, and has this been 7 years in development?
Something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is, give it maybe like 5 more years, it'll be done.
5 more years, yeah. But
it's got to be 12 years to be perfect.
Oh yeah, 12 years for perfection.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why they've been working on Star Wars for so long.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I mean, I do actually want to see this game. It's been a game that was interested in me, and the fact that I can't play is a bit upsetting, and I think it's going to be one of those cases where you're just going to get a pretty good game and people are going to go, oh, shit!
Yeah,
but
it's not everything I wanted it to be because it's been so long.
But we'll see. I think Sony just, whoever, I forget that, is it Japan Studios, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, they just need to hurry up and release that game.
Yeah.
I know they're going to do a good job. I know they're going to put their blood, sweat and tears into that game like they have done with their previous 2, and look forward to it. If anything, this should be the game that people on PS4 really should be looking forward to, instead of fucking The Order 1886 or Destiny's shit ton of DLC, which they're going to multi-drive for.
The next one will be The Order 1887.
I really hope they don't call it that.
Yeah, I hope so.
They already fucked it up because you already gave your franchise a number. It's going to have to be The Order
1886 2.
Grayson's Revenge or something like that. That's what it's going to have to be. Or Revelations.
Yes, Revelations.
Revelations or The Revenge.
The Order 1886 Electric Boogaloo. The perfect sequel name.
I'd love if it's called The Order 2. That'd be hilarious. Just, you got, which one's the first game? You got the 1886, then you got the prequel, which is called The Order 2, and then you got 1887, which is the sequel to The Order 1886.
Might be the pre-sequel.
If anything, they should have just called it The Order 1881 or 1880. So that way they can call it 1881.
1882, and then they realise by 1886 they don't want to give it a number name.
No,
so they call it Grayson's
By 4 it should be The Revenge of King Arthur or something like that. No?
Or The Lost Curse.
Something stupid like that. The Final Crusade, I don't know. We should work for marketing up at Sony.
We should. We do so well.
Sony, if you're listening.
Yeah. Sign me up. I'll take your money.
Yep. It's cool. Speaking of other Kickstarters, we have the Nightcry Kickstarter,
yes.
Which we did talk about this previously on one of the earlier podcasts. I'm talking about this as if we have like 50 podcasts, but we talked about this game, which is the development team working on a spiritual successor to the Clock Tower franchise. They're bringing it back. They're working on new stuff, and they managed to actually achieve their Kickstarter nicely.
Yes.
So the game is going to be a reality. It is coming to Vita and PC at the moment, unfortunately. But let's hope for maybe a next gen or maybe 3DS or something. But then again, if it is Vita, hey, give the Vita some more life.
Yeah, exactly. Give people a reason to buy a Vita game. Or a Vita console.
So I haven't bought a Vita game in a while.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I don't even know where mine is. It's somewhere in my room. But there is actually gameplay now, so you can actually go click on the Kickstarter page for Nightcry, and you can actually watch a good few minutes of gameplay. And for what I've seen, it does look interesting.
Yeah.
The game is not entirely finished, so it does look a little bit rough in some areas, and they seem to. I have a feeling that they literally recorded it off a PC because you can see the guy's mouse.
Yeah.
But
I might have to watch that.
Yeah,
it's
it's worth a look, and it's very interesting. I mean, I hope it does well.
Yeah.
Which should be good. Speaking of things that do need some support and some love, we're going to talk about the Pokemon tournament.
Yes.
Pokemon tournament, which is another kind of weird hybrid cross game for the Wii U.
Kind of like the whole Hyrule Warriors.
Zelda
and Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors. And so with this one, we have essentially something like would you say Pokemon fans have wanted this?
To be honest, it's actually something I've wanted.
Oh, okay, because we are Pokemon fans, and it's something I have kind of wanted. And it is basically a Pokemon fighting game where you actually play as the Pokemon fighting another Pokemon.
You actually play as the Pokemon trainer.
But you technically the Pokemon.
Yes, technically.
I know they've added that in the background, but which gives it a nice touch. But so basically it's a fighting game. Basically Namco are working on this game. They're basically using the Tekken engine.
Yeah,
hence why it's called Pokken, like Tekken.
So it's Pokemon Tekken hybrid.
Yeah, so I'm guessing there'll probably be a lot of references to Tekken in there somewhere. Even some of the characters play a lot like other characters in there.
Yeah.
If you're clued up on your Tekken play styles and whatever. But we thought we'd give it a shout out because I think it's a game that definitely deserves a little bit more love and hopefully doesn't slip through the cracks of the Pokemon fans and people who have a Wii U and are kind of scratching their head going, "What's the next game I should buy?"
I know I'd definitely be playing as Machamp, like straight
Machamp.
up.
I don't know who I'm going to play as. I mean, the only issue the game now has is obviously they have like more than 700 characters to choose from.
Yeah, and
so
they're choosing some weird choices. Like,
Suicune isn't there?
Suicune. I mean, they've chosen Pikachu as well, but he's the mascot.
Yeah.
So, but
I was under the impression that every Pokemon that would go in this was going to be two-legged.
Yeah, or a fighting type. That's what I assumed.
I mean, there are quite a few like two-legged characters in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see fucking any Pokemon that levitates. I don't understand how that's gonna work.
Yeah, like if they decide to introduce like Magneton or Latios or something.
Magneton, I do like the fuck.
He hits people with magnets.
No, unless it's a Pokemon that can fly and is on two legs, like Dragonite, then or Mewtwo.
Charizard.
I'm sure Mewtwo's going to be in there.
No, hashtag Charizard.
You'll probably be in there. I mean, if Mega Evolution is going to be playing a part in this game,
I think they said yes.
which would be interesting, which brings up more possibilities for the game.
Does that mean Machamp's going to get a Mega Evolution?
Would they do a Mega Evolution exclusively for that game, though?
I actually would not be surprised.
Ooh, do you think there's going to be some connectivity between the next Pokemon game and because I'm pretty sure the next generation of Pokemon, whatever content it's on, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more Mega Evolutions, but whether they do that, I don't know.
I think they would as a little because they've done that kind of before in the anime where they hinted at something before it happens
in the game.
Yeah, so I could see them doing that.
I don't know. I think they should add Lopunny in there.
Lopunny would make sense.
Lopunny because that's kind of now like Lucario. It's like a rival now, I guess.
Yeah.
Despite the fact how cute or fluffy it looks.
Yeah.
Its Mega Evolution is pretty dope though.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got a Mega Evolution.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about that.
That's cool. I just got that to level 100 yesterday.
Oh, nice. I got Darkrai and I got all the free, Gen 5 like fully evolved Pokemon.
Okay.
I got those the other day.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Pokemon Omega Ruby talk right there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you weren't clued up on that. Yeah, it's definitely a game to go look out for. It's definitely on my list for my collection of Wii U Nexus Splatoon, which should be coming out shortly, which had a lot of information drop. Looking more and more like a fun game.
Yeah, they for Splatoon they announced that there's going to be amiibo for it already.
Which I want.
Yeah, I mean, it shows Nintendo do take risks.
Yeah, they do this as a new franchise.
Yeah.
If it works out, then this, we could see the. I think the character. I don't think there's characters in this game, but I think the character or in the game, the Inklings.
Yeah.
It could be. They could become a new staple.
Yeah.
In the
Super Smash Brothers.
Maybe. I don't know.
The whole Nintendo universe.
Yeah, the whole Nintendo universe, and I think if this risk does pay off, and just like the other Devil's Third game that's coming out hopefully later this year, and hopefully that'll become a thing, because I mean Xenoblade Chronicles, that paid off for them.
Yeah, it did. People really like Xenoblade. I want to get it on 3DS.
Yeah, new 3DS stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So you're gonna get a new 3DS then?
Do all the old games work on it?
I think they do.
Possibly then.
I think they do, but I think new 3DS games will only work on that.
Oh, maybe.
Which is a bit upsetting.
It is. I mean, I might have to.
But hey, it's a more powerful console, so
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we'll give some love to that game. Next, we're going to move on to the another pretty interesting, excuse me, talking point, being that the studio that are going to be creating the Ghost in the Shell live-action American adaptation for some fucking reason of the 90s classic, being Ghost in the Shell.
The one that's already got a good movie.
Yeah, because that's how Hollywood works.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've just decided who is going to be the main character in the film. I forget the main character's name in Ghost in the Shell. I forget her name.
Did it start with a K?
Taco or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I forget her name right now. My memory's fading right now, mainly because I'm just more keen to say it's going to be Scarlett Johansson. Lucy, unfortunately, which is probably one of her worst roles. That film was stupid.
It was very stupid.
I hope they didn't see her in that film and go, she'd be perfect for Ghost in the Shell.
I actually think they did.
She doesn't act in that film, though.
I know, but I mean, too many things wrong.
The great thing about Ghost in the Shell was the fact that the characters had so much emotion for the fact that they were lifeless robots. Yeah.
Something which I don't think. I mean, I just don't think that'll work.
Scarlett Johansson has her work cut out for her because she's playing a very complex character.
Yes.
She can't go in there and fucking talk like a robot.
Yeah, which I could see a director telling her to do.
You're a robot, remember? You have to talk like a robot. They need to use examples like Ex Machina or something.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's cast, when I initially heard this, I was no joke. I was like, who?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, her, because I thought she was the woman who stars in every film every year or whatever. I forget her name.
Anne Hathaway?
No, not Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway was way too stuck up to be in this film. She wouldn't be in this film. She'd be like Japanese animation.
Yeah.
Oof. I only star in the best films. Ever since Les Mis, she's always been like, oh,
I forgot about that existed.
I'm the best actress in the world, and it's like, no, you're not. Remember, you were in a film with Russell Crowe singing, so hush your mouth.
Nice.
So it's just like I mean, and so I think she is okay for her cast. Yeah. But it definitely seems to be more of, oh, guess what? Scarlett Johansson starring this. It definitely seems more star appeal. Yeah. I mean, if they were gonna pick them as popular actress, I'm glad it's her.
Yeah, over some of the others.
Over some other actresses.
Especially if they chose Cameron Diaz.
That's the one I'm thinking of. I thought Cameron Diaz was there, and then I was like, you just made the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, she ruins the film just by having her name attached.
By having his face in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm somewhat happy, and I know ever since the news came out, people were obviously very unhappy because obviously they're
whitewashing.
Whitewashing. This is basically America taking another Japanese franchise and basically, as we've seen in the past, just not doing anything with it and just kind of, changing it for no purpose, And when America does this, they take it for, something and then just turn it to something where it's like, not even anything. It's like, why didn't you just make your own fucking film? Yeah. Why couldn't you have just done what the guys from The Matrix did? Looked at Ghost in the Shell and made their own fucking thing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. The The Matrix film was partly inspired by Ghost in the Shell.
Yes, it really was.
Yes. So I don't know why they just can't go, oh, let's make a film that's like Ghost in the Shell for American audiences.
Why couldn't they make a film like Dragon Ball for American audiences?
Why couldn't they have just done a monkey story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know why they had to make... I don't think the director ever saw Dragon Ball Z. I don't think he knows what it is.
Exactly, I don't think he had...
I think he was told the name and was like, alright.
I think someone literally told him, okay, there's this boy, he's a monkey, and he collects these Dragon Balls, and there's this green man who attacks him, and he's got this friend who's a girl, so he loves her, and do it. And that was it.
Basically. Yeah, that's when adaptations go bad.
Yeah.
Just leave it to the Japanese. But I also like how a petition was started to obviously have Scarlett Johansson recast in favour of someone who isn't so big in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Plus have a recasting of have multiple ethnicities in this film because, yes, despite the fact the film does take place in a futuristic Japan, a lot of the characters are Asian.
Yeah.
Not every single character is Asian. A lot of characters could easily pass for American. There's, I think Scarlett Johansson's character is meant to be Asian, and one of her partners is more American.
Yeah.
If anything, a lot of characters definitely give off the assumption that they are not necessarily Japanese.
Yes.
But so a lot of people were petitioning for that to be a thing, and I was like, you know what, that's all right, that's cool and all, but I hope it doesn't just become the case of, oh look, we got every cost to please everyone.
Yeah.
No, if you're gonna, I think in some sense it makes sense. With films like this, it probably is best if you were to look more at Japanese culture and Japanese. I'm pretty sure there is someone out there, an actress who is Japanese, who probably could do a better job than Scarlett Johansson given this. Someone who understands it better. Same with director and writer, because especially when you consider things like the Avatar: The Last Airbender, when that train wreck came out, they cast just American actors and actresses, and those actors couldn't act for shit.
No.
And it made no sense because you weren't really selling me this foreign Asian fictional world. You were selling me these American kids so happen to be Eskimos.
Yeah.
And they met this kid who did magic, and this other guy who does magic, and these other people who do magic in this world which could be happening in the North Pole. You didn't sell it to me, not just because these people were ethnic race, but because you didn't try hard enough.
Yeah. Who was it who directed that again?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh god. Was there a twist at the end?
There was kind of a twist, but it wasn't at the end. It was just like a twist where it was like one of the bad guys turned out to be a good guy, despite the fact he had shown no sense of being a good guy at all. He's just like, I'm a good guy now, basically.
But you see, if he foreshadowed it earlier, it wouldn't have been a twist.
He didn't. It was just like, I'm the bad guy. No, I'm not. Basically.
I kind of want to watch it now.
Don't watch it.
You've sold me this
Please
terrible film.
don't watch this film. I mean, this is probably M. Night Shyamalan's only film where it's not actually funny to watch.
Okay.
Watch The Happening.
Oh, I love that film. It's so bad.
What? No!
I wouldn't do that.
No.
So great.
But I think this is definitely a story we're going to follow. I personally feel this film is going to fall through. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest.
Could take like 15 years development time.
Like Akira, yeah. They're never going to make that kind of film. I hope they don't. Only because it's going to be the biggest piece of shit I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Mainly because anyone who can create a good film is not going to make a good film because they don't want to touch that film because it already exists.
Yeah.
There are I'll swear this. There are directors who can make a good American adaptation of Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
If those directors aren't interested in doing that because they know how good that film is and they're like, alright, whatever.
Yeah.
You can get whoever. I mean, I'm pretty sure someone like what's his name? I'm drawing a blank here. But the director of Interstellar and Inception and Nolan. I'm pretty sure he could do a pretty good adaptation of it. He's not going to because he's not interested in remaking something that is already fantastic. And he himself is a big fan of Japanese animation.
Well, he kind of did do Batman.
No, but that was his Batman.
I know.
That was his Batman.
Yeah,
you have
Inception was really based off Paprika.
Paprika had a lot of inspiration for Paprika, and Interstellar had a lot of science fiction knowledge and love going into it. The guy has a lot of love for it. He would be someone who I'd say, other than maybe like Martin Scorsese, perhaps, who could do a good job. Martin Scorsese's fantastic director.
I don't think he's that interested in Japanese animation though.
No, I think he is. I don't think you need to because you have to remember there are a lot of directors and people who don't know about it and obviously do the research. There are plenty of people who do their research first, and they spend time doing their research. You know, for example, Quentin Tarantino does a lot of research on everything just to get the aesthetic feel, even if it's just for the scenery in a bar.
Yeah, true.
He does that kind of stuff, and he may not. Yeah, sure, he might know everything now, but back then he probably did. He got to put the work in, something that they're just not willing to do.
No,
and they won't. Best of luck, Scarlett.
Yeah,
that's all I can really say.
Good luck, Mary.
Yeah, that's all I can say, really. So, we've got a couple games to drop real quick. We got the fact that Just Cause 3 is actually happening now.
Yeah, didn't they release a small teaser thing that was just like, was it the 3D spin around of the character, or
maybe, I don't know.
Is that something else?
I wasn't caring about this. I only cared when I saw the trailer, and I was like,
oh yeah, the trailer, it didn't sell me at all. No,
because there was nothing to it.
Yeah,
it was just typical monologuing with, you know, music and then fire.
Yeah, that's what I remember, the fire.
I mean, it was cool and all, and I definitely get the sense that shit's gonna go down in this game, but I hope they don't drag the game out and go, we gotta be more, like, serious.
Yeah.
Because Just Cause knew exactly what the fuck it was.
Yeah, Just Cause 2 was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, and I hope they stick to that, and I get the feeling they probably will. That last scene of him just kind of diving into somewhere definitely made me go, oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, you know, I guess they wanted to get the...
That's how the game opens, though, isn't it? Him just diving.
Yeah, I think they just probably wanted to get the dumb masses who probably never heard of this game interested in.
Yeah.
We also got the fact that Mortal Kombat X has been getting a shit ton of characters added to it.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat X, the cast of this game so far, they already, like, originally announced 3 new people, was it? Which was, Devora, I think, which is the bee wasp woman.
Yeah.
Kotal Khan, which is like Aztec Shao Kahn.
Basically Ogre from Tekken.
Yeah, basically. Ferret and Tor, which is basically Master Blaster from Mad Max. But it's a nice design.
Yeah, these new characters are pretty good, and ever since the game's initial release back announcement just before E3 of last year, we've been getting drops of like new characters like Cassie Cage, obviously favourites like Scorpion, Sub-Zero have been introduced.
Kung Lao,
Kano,
and then Jax is going to be in the game.
Jax is possibly
and
there
his
now.
Daughter Jacqueline.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah, she's got kind of robot like glove things that has like a small cannon on them.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
We've also got
Kenshi.
Kenshi is
one of my favourites.
Kenshi's in there. It looks like it's possessed Kenshi as well with his demon, which is a nice plus. We've got Johnny Cage.
Yeah. Kenshi's son is in this as well. Or it's Kenshi and Kung Lao both have their children in it, but I'm not sure one has a daughter, one has a son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's them just basically setting up for the next generation. So they can probably do a sequel, which would probably be called 11 or 2, I guess, or II.
Yeah.
Who knows? We've also got
Aaron Black. He's a new character as well.
Aaron Black.
He's like a gunslinger.
No, he's not new.
Oh, he was in the comics.
He's in the comics.
Yeah, but
this is his first video game appearance, which is always nice for them to give that nice cross-media kind of get him in there.
And I personally love his design. I think
very
it's brilliant.
Nice. I'm digging that kind of. I'm digging the very shady for someone who we know these characters. For someone to kind of have a mask on and just kind of almost like we all know what Sub-Zero and Scorpion and Reptile look like, but to kind of have someone who's like, no, I'm gonna fuck you up and kill you. It's great.
I can't wait to play as Kenshi and Aaron Black. Like I love Kenshi. Aaron Black looks great. So. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, we've also, and of just recently, we have the fact that Jason Voorhees, the legend, the killer, is going to be in this game. I believe, is he going to be in the game or is he going to be DLC? Because I know Goro...
He's DLC.
He's DLC.
Goro is pre-order.
Goro is pre-order DLC, which is, that's like an extra like £3 or £5, which is okay. I'd imagine there's going to be a bundle with all these other characters. As well as...
It's already called the Kombat Pack. They put it in the video.
Fucking keep it organised, guys. Don't make it a mess.
Yeah.
And we've also, recently, the confirmation that Predator, who makes the most fucking sense, is in the game.
Yeah. I think Predator does... I mean, personally, Jason Voorhees, I think, does make sense. Predator, lots of sense. And Freddy Krueger in the previous game, not returning, but they all make perfect sense.
He still could.
I
remember, we got Freddy versus Jason.
I know.
And then also...
Maybe in the next game they'll have Alien.
Now that we got Predator, we could have Alien in there as well. Maybe.
Would be interesting.
Would be interesting. I don't know if the Xenomorph is going to be in there, because there have been rumours that it might be in there.
Kombat Pack 2.
But I have a feeling that... I have a feeling that 20th Century Fox might not want that, because Sega's doing a good job, but we'll see, because obviously Predator hasn't been in the game for a while, nor has Jason.
No, well, they're doing a new Jason game.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they put him in there just because they're like, oh yeah, sure, we're already working on that game.
Yeah.
Predator, who, I mean...
And there was Tanya, who everyone might recognise as the female ninja in the yellow from previous games. I think she came in Mortal Kombat 4.
I think that's when most people stopped caring.
Yeah. And then Tremor, who personally, design-wise, I love. And he was in the best Mortal Kombat game, Special Forces.
Oh, everyone's favourite.
Exactly.
The game that put Mortal Kombat on the map.
I know. No one could stop talking about this game.
Yeah.
But,
literally.
Yeah, he's finally been introduced, which is a fan thing. I think they actually petitioned for him to be
Which is always good when stuff like that happens. You know, I always like when petitions happen and they kind of take note. Even if the company is going to do it in a shady and exploitative way, at least they're going to give the fans what they want.
Yes, because it's something fans would actually end up paying for.
Yeah.
Because it's something they want.
You know, everyone benefits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You can't lose. I mean, more game developers need to go, these people petition, they want a certain character in there, and it's like, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll just charge them.
On this,
you know what I mean?
The only character on the Kombat Pack I'm not interested in is Tanya. But I'm pretty sure it'd be cheaper to get a combo pack than 3 separate characters. So, yeah.
Which is fair enough, and I think that's all pretty good news. I mean, I mean, the fact that there's going to be more of a story in this game is pretty interesting. It seems like the story is going to be a little bit more tightly knit. I don't know how good of quality the story is going to be.
They showed 10. I think it was 10-minute beginning of the story.
Well, I'm avoiding spoilers.
It's quick time. There's lots of
I
quick time.
did see that.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Which does make a little bit sense.
It does for a fighting game, because that's not the actual gameplay. That's just you enjoying it.
That's you initiating the fight. That's literally the guy going, get ready to fight.
Yeah. And I presume if you do something wrong, whether this actually happens or not,
you might have a disadvantage.
You'll have less health, maybe. That's all I can imagine.
Like that. But it's definitely good. Mortal Kombat definitely seems to be one of the more interesting games on next gen.
Yes.
Which should be good. And I think whether we'll be getting this game...
My brother definitely wants it, so I'm likely to play it.
I think, we'll definitely be getting it. I mean, it's kind of staying on the horror topic of things. We got reports of the... reports like a backwardation or something like that.
Of course.
So the news broke that Neil Blomkamp, I believe that's how you say his second name. Neil Blomkamp.
I think it was Camp, because he's got an F on the end. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Neil. Basically, he is set to direct the next Alien film. Now, a couple months back, he originally posted a couple images and concept artwork of his Alien film, saying, "Oh, I guess I'm not working on this anymore," or just basically.
Or I would love to do this.
Yeah, because supposedly 20th Century Fox had denied. Because he was originally working on it, but now it seems that he definitely is. Yeah. Which is interesting, because as far as we know about this film, this is the 5th Alien film in the series. It has nothing to do with Prometheus. Yes. But the director of Prometheus being I forget his name. He was the director of Alien as well. But he is co-directing it and organizing it. So with Prometheus 2, which is still a thing. So which should be interesting to see what happens. But I think the funniest thing is the fact that Sigourney Weaver is going to be back. Yeah. Now a lot of people, a lot of Alien fans will be like, wait, well, no, how can we have Sigourney Weaver back? Yeah. And that is because this film is ignoring 3 and 4.
I kind of love it how they do these kind of things. It's like, they could have done that for Spider-Man. Oh, we don't like Spider-Man 3, just continue without it existing. It's like, couldn't they just adapt around it? Yeah. Instead? I mean, it seems really childish.
It is very stupid. So now, this film has no real name now, because they can't call it 3.
Alien Revelations.
probably could call it Revelations. I mean, I don't know where they're gonna take this, because the way the second film ends is gonna be odd.
Yeah.
I mean, because even the way the third film starts is very odd. So I don't know, because if you watch the beginning of the third film, you know what happens, and so it's a bit like, oh. But
yeah,
there was one thing that always did bother me in the third film, but I guess they may right those wrongs just for the sake of sequel baiting. But
yeah.
But here's the funny thing. Let me just speak to 20th Century Fox right here. Yeah, Alien 3 and Resurrection exist.
Yes.
You can't get rid of them. Sorry to let you know, 20th Century Fox, but I know they exist. Yeah, your film is Alien 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Alien 5. Okay, just to let you know, you fucked up. And you think people are stupid, you ain't that stupid. The internet exists. As much as you want to block it and censor it, it exists.
Well, it's kind of like what they're doing with Star Wars. Like, for the new trilogy, they're like, nothing of the expanded universe counts. That kind of thing.
But yeah, they're still doing it.
Yeah, they're doing their own expanded universe now. And I think the same thing happened when the prequel trilogy came out. Yeah. It's like, well, no, some of these stories are actually a lot better than what you're doing. I mean, who knows? Maybe Alien 3 or Resurrection will end up being better than this film.
Maybe. I'm obviously not looking forward to it, because Neil Blanc has only seemed to have proved himself on one project, being District 9, a film that I think is getting way too much hype thanks to the advertising. District 9 is a good film. It's not a masterpiece.
No. I mean, I thought it was a really good film. First time watching it, I was quite surprised. And then he made District 9, the human version.
Yeah, the human version.
And then District 9, the robot version.
The RoboCop short circuit.
Yeah, District Circuit Cop 9.
Basically, yeah. Which is a real shame, because I think the guy has the potential to do it. Like, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. The studios fucked him over with Elysium.
Yes, they have.
Sony ruined his film.
Yeah.
Basically, I think some things could have been way more improved. But Chappie, from what I've seen and what I've heard and from what I've seen, it is a confusing mess of a film. I can't tell where it's going.
No.
And just for that matter, I think the film fails because I think he either studied RoboCop and Short Circuit too much or didn't study them enough.
No, I think he literally watched them, even the bad ones, and just put it all in like a bundle and made his
film. I thought no one would notice.
Yeah, I really think that, because some things, I mean, I understand there's a limited amount you can do with certain stories because everything's been done, but yeah, it seems really ripping off parts.
Yeah. Special effects are nice sometimes.
Yeah.
I can never tell when Chappie's real or CG.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to research that, find that out.
It was a practical effects at some point.
Yeah.
It was a robot at some point.
No, but I'll have to, like, look.
Obviously not when he's jumping through the fucking... that's not real, but like...
See, you ruined it for me. Well, I thought that was the real shit.
Well, if you're too stupid to notice that, then...
I thought it was like the dragon in Hobbit. That's so real.
Oh, yeah, it's realistic as hell.
I mean, it's there. They captured that on film.
Yeah.
Like the dwarfs.
A little bit, I guess. Yeah, speaking of more bullshit, we have YouTube just trying to fuck up once again, or Google trying to fuck up again with YouTube, because they don't seem to know that, hey, people like things the way they are and some people don't like change, especially when it's unnecessary. But this is another interesting case where we have... YouTube has plans for there to be a option of a subscription without ads. This is a paid plan, obviously. So if you don't want ads on your YouTube and you don't know what ad blocker is, then this may be for you.
Yes. So you can pay money to get rid of adverts that could already be gone.
Yeah, from a free download.
Yeah. I mean... I can see why. Let's say you're watching your favourite YouTuber, us, and you want to give them money by watching the adverts. If that channel does that, then, you know, doing this thing, they still get the money and you don't have to watch the adverts. Whereas ad blocker, it does take away, like, it stops their revenue.
Yeah.
But that's why you turn it off for the videos you want.
Yeah, but I don't do that because I only really watch the people I like.
Yeah.
So I just always give them the profit because everyone I subscribe to deserves it really if they are a partner.
Just turn ad block on when I'm watching IGN.
some hard hits right there. I guess, or when I'm watching Anita Sarkees' newest video.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's a partner.
Is she?
Greedy whore.
I didn't know. I don't watch her.
No one does. No one watches that puppet talk.
I don't really care. She's done she's done nothing.
Yeah, we've done nothing. We're moving on from that bitch. So that was an interesting development, but it makes sense because Google was just interested to keep itself relevant, I guess. Other than its master plan to take over the world. But
of course.
Yeah, of course they are. But I thought it was worth mentioning just to let people know that it was around there. So we've also got the fact that back to Square Enix again. Ooh.
We should have Square Enix time.
No, 'cause it would just be like 15 minutes of Square Enix still fucking up. But we got the fact that there is another. Speaking of Final Fantasy, we've got Final Fantasy Decided Arcade, which is essentially all your favorite characters from the Final Fantasy games up to 12.
Oh yeah.
Fighting in a slightly arcadish brawler game. It's only coming to Japan so far, but let's hope it comes to Europe and America.
I remember watching the trailer for this in 2010, and then I forgot about it.
I think the game's finally coming out now, though. Because the Decidaya series is
I thought it actually came out. I completely forgot about it.
No,
So it's like
Decidaya or Decidia, however you want to say it, that came out on the PSP and the sequel as well.
Okay.
This arcade fighting game is just like a random kind of... Think of it like Dragon Ball Z with Final Fantasy characters. That's what it looks like to me from what I can gather.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
Let's hope the game comes out. Definitely go check out the trailer. Speaking of other news, we've also have the fact that... Zack Snyder, the one guy I would trust with my film franchise, has released an image of what Jason Momoa is going to look like in Aquaman, in his Aquaman outfit. And he looks like he's about to fucking stab someone with that trident.
See, I'm probably one of the few defensive people on this that...
No, a lot of people are defending it.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, some people think it looks fine. The outfit looks fine. It's just he looks like a fucking thug.
Yeah, he does look like a thug, and anyone that... I mean... The 90s were a bad time for comics, but Aquaman during the 90s did have that long hair, that beard. He even had a hook trident
at some
hand.
point, yeah, I don't know what that was about.
And then he turned it into like solid water. Yeah, so he could punch people with a solid water hand.
Underwater.
And above land.
Oh,
so it'd just be a hand of water.
Oh Lord, you should just keep a fish tank with him at all times. Stuff like that.
But yeah, I don't mind the outfit. I mean, Jason Momoa did well in Game of Thrones, but he didn't do well in Conan. So I have no clue. No clue
how his performance is going to be. Yeah. I mean, this. I think this image all came before we got the whole fluctuation of Marvel releasing its like 80th trailer for the Avengers 2.
Yeah.
And I think there being a lot of hype over that trailer because they got to see more. And then I think in a typical kind of 6-year-old in the corner of the room who can't play with the other kids, and just basically stamping their feet and going, "Oh, DC's films are going to be grittier than Marvel's." To which it was like, to which I laughed my fucking arse off at that comment.
Because didn't he do that? Like someone asked him to sign something, and then they asked him, "What do you think of the Marvel films?" And then he just like writ on it. It was like, "F you," like as a response to the Marvel films.
Real class act right there.
Yeah.
If that is true, but if you want to be a shithead or a loyal DC fan, whatever, I'm pretty sure DC's probably told him to do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure DC's probably said just promote DC, and he's probably taking it a little bit too literally by fucking bad mouthing a company and studio that are fucking slaughtering your ass.
Yeah.
But you know, he's an idiot. But I do like how DC came up with the statement saying their films are going to be grittier, and like I said, I laughed because I literally kind of spoke to DC/Warner Brothers and said, "How gritty is your film going to be with a PG rating?
Yes.
How much blood is going to be in your PG rated film? How many times can you say the word fuck in your PG rated film? How many times are people going to die in your PG rated film?
I mean,
Oh, I didn't realise gritty meant standing on top of a tower of a building at night. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take that back.
It's called the angst.
How gritty is Aquaman going to be? Is he just going to be in the dark depths of the water?
Yes, but just have him sitting on a throne, like looking out into the ocean, like
chilling
brooding.
with all the fucked up fish down there.
Yeah. Just have a fish swim by.
I'll actually kind of make for a good show.
Yeah.
If they did the introduction of Aquaman, he's in the dark depths of the ocean, you have an anglerfish swim by, and you see his face, that would be a nice shot.
That'd actually be nice.
That would be pretty cool. Just mine, copyright.
Yeah, patent pending.
Copyright.
Call him Fishman.
Fishman.
Yeah, Fishman has an anglerfish.
It's the last original idea in the comic book industry.
Oh no, I thought that was like Horse Ninja.
Oh shit. I think it is.
Yeah.
But I thought this was interesting, the fact that they would say this.
Yeah.
About their films being gritty, and it was like, no, you can't do that because no one makes 18 rated films anymore.
Yeah.
Especially superhero films. I think I'd like to see the day when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, isn't Deadpool going to be 15?
15 rated, so that means there will definitely be a lot of like blood, ass, and titties, I guess.
I mean, funny enough, it's not a film, but it goes to the Batman games. They're rated. Are they M or?
I think they are 15 and M rated. So I think, and the newest one is like 18 rated now, which is
because I mean they're not doing that because they want it to be gritty. It's because it serves the story.
Yes, Batman is one of the darker and more fucked up franchises they have. With Superman, the most threatening thing that ever happened was he died, and he just came back to life.
He was beaten
like,
to death by a monster.
I mean, the most threatening thing I think Aquaman did was like step on land. I think.
I remember his son was killed by Black Manta. And
what does that guy even do?
He angst.
What?
Angst. That's all Black Manta does. Angst. He sits there angry, and then he killed his son
somehow.
And then Aquaman grew a beard because he was angry and manly.
I mean, the problem with Aquaman is he is the only time when Aquaman is interesting is when he's a lovable character.
Yeah, like in the recent New 52, one of the best characters.
When he's a cool character, because if you got someone who most people say is lame or can't do anything, you got to give them something where it's like, okay, you know, where he. I mean, because most people don't know Aquaman is fucking strong as hell. Yeah, physically he's strong.
He is. He's very he's not as strong as Superman, but he's close.
He can go toe to toe with like a lot of people who are strong like Superman and Wonder Woman. Yeah. It's just people go, oh, just in the sea.
Also, don't forget, one time he summoned Cthulhu from the ocean. Yeah, so... Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like... He does have a lame power, but it's what you do with that. You can make anything awesome, really.
It's not what you are, it's what you do that defines you.
True words.
Thank you, Christopher Nolan.
But we will be obviously covering this the hopeful success of the DC universe, but at the same time, if it fails, we'll be there to
laugh.
We'll be there to laugh, and then obviously if Marvel fails, we'll be there to laugh even harder.
I mean, I'm still laughing at Man of Steel.
Isn't everyone?
It's the funniest film I've seen in a while.
Comedy of the year.
Comedy of the next few years.
Oh, could you imagine if they put Adam Sandler in the next Superman film? Oh, that'd be the funniest film.
He should be Clark Kent.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good. Oh, that should be good. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good, but yeah, I mean, we joke, but hopefully there'll be some good shit. I mean, Adam Sandler's even in the new Pixels trailer as well.
Oh yeah, I thought he was the main character.
I don't think he is.
Oh, I assumed he was because that's all they seem to show. Like...
Yeah, it's because he's somehow still a ticket seller. Somehow. I don't really know how he is.
He sells tickets.
Yeah.
How?
His face.
Why?
Because he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be. Oh, you're gonna go see it for Adam Sandler. You know what I mean?
I think there was one film I found him funny in, and the rest I've watched and laughed once.
What was that? The critically acclaimed Blend.
What the hell is Blend?
It's his latest film.
What?
Did you not know about that? I honestly can't blame you, but alright.
I knew about the one where he had his fake sister thingy.
Jack and Jill.
When was that out?
That was out in 12, dude.
That's the last one I knew about.
He's made some other films, you know. He's made like Grown Ups, that film.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He's Grown Ups 2. He did Hotel Transylvania, which is good.
He did. I knew he was in Transylvania, but that I don't count that because that's a good film.
Yeah, he did write though.
Did he? What?
Yes, yeah, that's not him in it. He did a lot of that in the film. He directed or wrote it.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
What he
and
has.
for a film that looks like that and plays out like that, you're like, oh.
He has talent.
He does. That's the problem with it. That's the reason why people don't like Adam Sandler. He's a funny guy and can be funny and can do good. He just doesn't.
Wow. I'm really like mind blown right now.
This is the reason why people are very indifferent about him.
Jeez.
But the trailer for Pixels looked somewhat good.
Yeah.
To some extent, but it's just kind of like...
It looked like it will have interesting things, but that's about it.
Looks a little bit too late, I think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what 8-year-old is going to go there and go, oh, I love Space Invaders?
Yeah. I really love Pac-Man and the original Mario game. Or was that the second Mario game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was just the Donkey Kong game, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was Mario's first appearance in it.
Yeah, Jumpman.
Jumpman. When he was just known as that. But it's all good. I mean, the trailer was alright. I mean, not too much, but I guess it was. We'll see what happens. I mean, could have a lot worse. I guess
you could.
You could do much worse with certain things like that. Let's move on to our major topics.
Okay.
So you want to hit him off with the first one that we talk about?
Well, if you're a big Metal Gear Solid fan, then be happy that Metal Gear Solid 5 is still going to be finished, because Kojima is leaving Konami, and Metal Gear Solid 5 is the last game he's going to do with them.
Under Kojima, I would imagine.
Yeah. And the reason for this is a big power play between them. Kojima wanted this to be the last Metal Gear game, and Konami don't want to get rid of a big moneymaker.
Basically, yeah.
So they want to continue doing a Metal Gear series.
The only thing they have, because they're not going to make... Konami is not going to make another Silent Hill game. They would get someone else who's never... They'll get, like, John from down the road to make a Silent Hill game.
Well, they could get Neil
Blomkamp.
Of course.
Get Adam Sandler to work on it.
Oh my god,
I think he'd capture the spirit of Silent Hill.
When you just hear a talking gorilla or something, like... Was that Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler should be the main antagonist in the next Silent Hill game.
A true horror no one understands.
That should be the front cover. It should be like Silent Hill is Adam Sandler's face.
That and sell games.
Pretty much. Oh god, you just walking down somewhere and you hear, you looking forward to Grown Ups 3? Oh shit, he's here!
Oh.
But no, all seriousness, I think Kojima leaving is, if he is going to, I have a feeling he's only leaving Konami because he's probably just like, hey, I want to tell my story. And they're like, no, you will tell the stories we tell you to. And he's like, fuck you.
We want like 10 more games. How can you make money unless you've got like a whole franchise ahead of you?
I think it's the same with like EA, unfortunately, with the Mass Effect series.
Yeah.
They had an ending and they're kind of like, no, we need more. And I'm pretty sure there's like, well...
Because the lead writer left Mass Effect. He left after the third game.
He's gone, and EA has nothing original.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. I guess it is kind of sad. I don't really feel any kind of sadness towards it in any sense. I'm not there going, oh man, my life's over. But it is. Yeah, I guess it is something worth pointing out. Love or hate Kojima, he has put a massive impact on the gaming culture. I mean, most people are just going to say, oh, Metal Gear. He's worked on other things. Yeah. He's worked on many other projects, and even then the Metal Gear franchise spans from like NES.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've also got the Zone of the Enders franchise as which hopefully we get a third one, which was another fantastic series as well.
There was another game Kojima had done. I can't remember what it was called, but it had a Metal Gear in the game, and it was a robot. It was called like Metal Gear 10, like that was the character name. Yeah.
Not unless you're referring to Rising.
It was like some sort of
Or
like
Vengeance or
robot
whatever.
cop or something.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was on the NES.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a shame. I think he has more of an impact than, let's say, someone like Cliff Brzezinski, someone who made one franchise, a pretty shitty engine, and was like, "Oh, I'm a legend." It's like, no, it's like, no, you're not.
Oh God.
No disrespect to the guy. He's a cool guy, but it's like, nah, people are bigging you up just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
That's like me going down the road and finding £10 and you coming back and going, "Oh, Raccoon, you're a fucking hero for doing that."
Yeah, £10.
Yeah,
My
and then
God,
me
you
saving
made
it, and you're like, "Oh my God, you rock, man.
Yeah.
You keep that £10. You deserved it."
Yeah.
Oh, and then when I sell it, you're like, "Oh, you brilliant. You had that
Yeah.
time you spent with that £10." Nah, I mean, this is pretty sad to hear to some extent because Kojima is an interesting guy. He likes to fuck around with his audience a lot. Well,
He really does.
He has a pretty big ego,
Yeah.
as well, which I think is why a lot of people may not like him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he is. You can't admit he's done something for gaming,
He has. He really has, and
even
that's
if it's
the
not
shame.
been imitated before. Funny enough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know a lot of people are obviously freaking out, and I know you were saying stuff about how like even Konami itself is freaking out, removing his name from
Yeah.
everything because they're
Yeah.
being little shits.
They've literally edited his name off of the everything on their website that has to do with the new Metal Gear games.
Yeah, just as like a kind of like a fuck you stab,
Yeah.
basically.
And like they even showed a picture of like Metal Gear Solid like Ground Zero's demo thing, and like with his name not there anymore, and it's like people already have the hard copy of that
Exactly.
with his name on there.
People know who he is. Oh, you're gonna remove him from the credits?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
They can't do that. He owns part of the rights.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because I'm pretty sure like I said, it's probably a power struggle.
Yeah.
He probably legitimately wanted to end it with 5 or wants to end it soon because
didn't he want to end it with 4?
I believe he did. I believe
Yeah.
he did say 4 was the last game.
Yeah.
And isn't 5 technically like a prequel or something
Yeah,
like that?
it's between 3 and the other ones, or after 3 and that, or it's somewhere around to do with the third game.
3 makes sense. So I can understand maybe him actually saying, 4 is the last game in the chronological order.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just like, well, I can, if Konami wants me to tell another story, I can do that if they're throwing me these millions.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
I mean, we do kind of wish him the best of luck, and I hope that whatever he does, 'cause I doubt he's going to leave the gaming industry. I'm sure he might. I'm pretty sure if Kojima said, "I'm starting my own gaming industry," people will flock to that.
Yeah, they really would, because he's a name, and he's one of the...
And he's not just a name for the sake of
No.
being a name. Like I said, I used Cliff Brzezinski as an example because Cliff Brzezinski is just a name who made one game franchise. Yes, Kojima made his franchise or his name. His name IPs may not branch that far, but what he's done with them has definitely been impactful.
Exactly.
Come on, who doesn't know who Solid Snake is?
Yeah. I mean, several of my friends know it just because they might not be gamers, but because I've told them.
Snake's an icon.
Yeah.
He's an icon thanks to Kojima's help and the team he worked with. Hopefully, I do hope that the rest of the team does or can leave Konami if they're going to be that shit about things. But best of luck to Konami on getting someone to make Metal Gear 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
And Rising Revengeance 2.
Oh, well, Platinum are working on that. Platinum will work on that if it comes to tuition because
I heard that's one of the big rumours out so far.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking for Rising 2. I would definitely be down for that because that is an underrated as hell game because it's Platinum. Platinum don't make bad games.
Yeah.
Simply put. I doubt they would do. They'd probably give it to someone. They'd probably give it to Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory is kind of like the poor man's to some extent.
I got Revengeance the other day, new from Forbidden Planet for £3.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, Ace giving you them deals.
I saw it was literally behind the till with the literally still sealed, everything, £3. And it was like, can I get that too, please? And the person smiled.
Yeah.
And it was like,
it's a good contrast when you get someone kind of play a game that you know is good and they finally come back and good. I know. Excuse me. When I remember I was looking at the game Vanquish.
Oh yeah.
Having a look at it, and I kind of spoke to Ape, who was another friend of the podcast, and I kind of said to him, "Is this game any good?" And he said, "Nah, buy this game. You will not regret it." And I kind of looked at him and was like, "You know what? I'm gonna take you up on that challenge." Went home, played the game. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. One of the better games on the PS360 generation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, another question that people have raised is obviously what's Kojima going to do next?
Yeah.
What does it mean for Metal Gear? Obviously, we know Metal Gear is going to die with 5.
Yeah.
Which would be quite fitting, you know, which is fine, because if you
Yeah.
wanted to end it there, that's fine. Konami, if you think that no one's going to notice,
Yeah.
I'm pretty, you know, good luck trying to find someone who can represent that level of ego and quality in your
Yeah,
games.
exactly. But, I mean, another issue people are saying is what's going to happen to Silent Hills without Kojima at Konami?
Now, that is an interesting question as to what they will do with it. Because
Yeah.
I did say, obviously they'll just get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
But whether or not the whole team who's working on the game is going to continue with it, whether
Yeah.
they're going to scrap it, whether they're just going to go, right, Kojima got 60% done,
Yeah.
get someone in to continue it, I don't know. Personally, Kojima wasn't really the selling point of the game for me.
I actually thought he was one of them for me, because it's... Because, I mean, all his Metal Gear stuff, all you were saying is he really knows how to mess with the player.
Yeah, he does.
Something very good for Silent Hill.
Yeah, he does. And I mean, that wasn't really the if Kojima's making Silent Hill, that's right. If, like I said, if John down the road is making Silent Hill, he does a good job, I'm going to want to play that.
Yeah.
He wasn't necessarily the selling point, nor was Guillermo del Toro,
Yeah.
nor Norman Reedus in it, the
Yeah.
three big names in this. It was more what had been achieved. Because you have to remember, you know, when you're a director or whatever, obviously the director gets the credit because he is the one who put it all together. And obviously there's a team who worked there. You know, let me put it this way: not every idea could have come straight from Kojima.
No.
Someone could have been like, "Hey, Kojima, I have an idea to put like a weird fetus in a sing," and he could have gone, "Yeah, do that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everything comes from this. Yeah, there are masterminds of creativeness, but you know, you don't know. Always good to listen to those people because you never know. They might have an idea that just goes, "Hey, just you know, I mean, you know, you don't have to do a bit of research."
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going to happen. I would hope that whether this is the case of Kojima going, "All right, fuck you, Konami, I'm gone."
Yeah.
I would at least like to see him finish this game.
Yeah.
I would like for him to go, "Oh, I'm done with 5. And I'm
Yeah.
done with Silent Hill after."
Yeah.
I would like to kind of see them do that, but I have a feeling maybe Konami's like, "If you're going to be like that, then get out of here."
Yeah, exactly.
Which means which I don't know what's going to happen to 5. I think that's the more important thing. Like, was that game finished?
Oh,
Like,
he said as soon as Metal Gear Solid 5's done, he's left. Like, he's leaving.
which is good for him.
Yeah.
Just get out of
Because
there.
he said he wants to make sure this is the best game he's done.
Good. And I mean, if that means that a franchise that Konami cares nothing about unfortunately dies, then
Yeah. At least it'll go out on a big end.
so be it. I mean, something of it still somewhat existed, being
Yeah.
the PT demo.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. I think this is going to be definitely an interesting talking point. I don't think it's going to be like a super kind of speculation.
Yeah.
But it is a shame to hear. But I guess all I can say is hopefully Kojima can bring some good stuff in the future.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Speaking of things that aren't necessarily good stuff. So people may remember a couple podcasts ago, and people may notice in general, that they are making a reboot to the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah.
Starring an all-female cast. And of recently, we got the news that there's going to be another Ghostbusters film.
Yeah. And this is going to be a male cast one.
All-male cast one, and you may be wondering, did they cancel the female one? Or what is this? Is this the sequel? Are we doing like 2... No, this is just for the sake of pandering.
Yeah.
Because apparently having females in an all-casted film is going to upset people, despite the fact Bridesmaid was a fucking fantastic film.
That was a great film, and 2 of the cast members are from that.
Yeah. But it's just people, it's just pussy people going, "Oh, my childhood."
Yeah.
I mean, if that was your childhood, you probably shouldn't have been watching Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
If you were under the age of 15, but okay. Your parents must have been great. So tell me, what exactly is going on with this male film?
So far from what I've heard, Channing Tatum's going to be involved in it. I'm not sure if he's one of the characters or if he's doing some sort of writing for it, which, not too sure there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember who... There was a rumour for someone, and I can't remember who that was, which shows how much I care about this one.
Someone.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't necessarily... That was kind of annoying news to hear, where it was like, oh, they're making another film. But
Yeah.
I mean, when it came with the additional information that we're making it a franchise, we're gonna have the females in this film, and then we're gonna have the males, and they're gonna team up, and we're starting a whole franchise universe. And it was like, and also the fact that they've opened up a studio just for primarily working on Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah.
What is the dumb name they've called the studio?
They've called that studio Ghost Corpse.
Ghost Corpse.
And it's for
Sounds like
the
pretty bad
female
name.
movie, the male movie, the team-up movie, and TV shows. And they also said merchandise. So
How big is the studio?
I don't know. It didn't say anything about that.
So I think it was really. I'm now. Here's my main question, which I asked when hearing this news, and I kind of said to myself, when did Ghostbusters become such a big deal?
Yeah.
Of all the things you could expand into a universe, Ghostbusters.
Exactly.
And it really confused me because I got the really bad feeling that this was some fucking idiot executive looking at all the negative press coming from this game and going, well, people must really like Ghostbusters. You know what? Let's make a franchise out of this. We need to have that Marvel Universe Avengers type spiel. And, you know, and that was the thing that upset me the most, is the fact that there's no love going into these films anymore, and I've completely lost interest in the films now. I was actually going to go see this Ghostbusters films, and now out of just sheer upset and annoyance for their shady bullshit, I'm not going to go see it.
Yeah. I mean, I was quite excited. I'm a kind of medium Ghostbusters fan.
Medium.
Exactly. Nice pun there. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fanboy for it. I'm not like someone who hates them, but I was interested in the female one. I thought they could do something different.
Yeah.
Now I have no interest for this franchise shit.
Especially soon as they're not doing a remake, they're not doing a reboot. They're doing their own original ideas.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the same for this possible TV series.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with that TV series is it's going to be like Scooby-Doo, Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
How long are audiences going to put up with that?
Yeah.
I mean, really, you're going to, you know, Ghostbusters franchise isn't famed for its complex and long-lasting story.
Yeah.
I mean, everything regarding the Ghostbusters, from films to comics to TV series, has been self-contained.
Yeah, it really has.
Yes, the cartoon was a little bit Ghost of the Week, but they had returning villains and subplots.
Yeah.
Even the comic had a very interesting, the most recent comic had a very interesting subplot when it ended.
Yeah.
Towards the end, and you know, this build up to them ending it, which they probably won't be able to top.
Yeah.
But it is very upsetting to have a franchise I like, not love. I'm not the biggest fan of Ghostbusters here. I like the Ghostbusters, I guess more than you, but not to the point of I have every piece of memorabilia. But it is a bit of a shame to see them. That's the thing that hurts me the most. Is the sheer disregard for it, and the no love going into this, the cold emptiness going into a franchise I like, and it's generally fairly unpleasant to have this information.
The thing is, it's not even just a Ghostbusters problem here. It is Marvel's kind of fault for this. In that, I mean, the problem is they do the franchise, like Ultimate Team Up, all that kind of thing. But there are actually creative people there doing the films.
Yeah. I mean, you could say, oh, it was Marvel or Disney's fault, but at the same time, this is, you know, this, when you think about it, this was a huge fucking risk to do an Avengers-esque feel.
Exactly.
I mean, I remember kind of hearing about the fact that they're actually going to do an Avengers film, and I was like, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I literally said to myself, that's not going to work. It's going to be too mind-blowing for people. People won't get it. And it came out, people loved it, and it was a great film.
It was amazing.
You know, it was a good film for what it was, and it worked because back then, something like each character having its own individual film and then combining them in one film.
It was unique.
Was unique, and it was unheard of, and it was a very smart business practice, done very carefully and very well.
And they also didn't have the plan for the films written on the internet for everyone.
That was something that came out after. Now, obviously, DC wants to do it because I guess it makes sense and because they want some of that money.
Yeah.
20th Century Fox wants to do it, but are going to fail.
Someone wants to do 20-something Jump Street and Men in Black.
That was just going to be a film, a standalone film.
I thought they were trying to do this as a whole franchise.
No. That was going to be a standalone film. That was going to be, hey, let's meet up, because I can kind of see why. That does kind of go... The characters go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to see Will Smith again in that role. But Ghostbusters, like, really?
Yeah.
That's all I can... Is, like, really think about that. It's very lame, and I kind of hope the franchise doesn't work, which is very painful to say. But the TV series is going to be awful, and the films, no love, because this is clearly studio tampering.
Yeah,
clearly them going, you got to expand it, stretch it out like an elastic band, and I feel really sorry for the director now.
Yeah, and don't forget, Disney's also doing this with Star Wars. In that they're having the like 3 whole films, episode 7, 8, and 9. And then they're having films in between them.
Yeah.
That like tell the person's like solo thing or something.
Yeah.
So essentially 6 films, not 3.
It's to tie people over until the next big one.
Yeah.
But at least that one's being a little more tamer.
Yeah, instead of having like 5 films in between.
Yeah, because I know someone said something very interesting where it was like, ever since the Avengers, every film is just a prequel now.
Yeah.
Every film is just a prequel.
Yeah, so they can build up to the big thingy,
which is only just a sequel.
Yeah.
To the final film.
And then that one's going to continuously build up to the next big thingy.
Which is a bit of a shame, but I guess that's what happens. Everything has to be a franchise nowadays, which is a bit of a shame. That's why you get people trying to rip consumers off by splitting a book into 2 parts and
for films
and giving you the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But it is a real shame. But if Hollywood wanted to go about that practice, then you lost me.
Yeah, pretty much. Just stop watching them.
Yep. Support the good arts.
Yeah.
Bit of a sad.
Support it follows.
True that. Right. So. Hey Ace.
Yeah.
I guess what I've been watching.
What have you been watching?
I've been watching a little old series called The Father of the Pride.
Okay. I haven't really heard of this.
It's a show that kind of did fall off the radar, but it was around. Yeah. It was fairly popular when it came around. It is it is funny enough a DreamWorks animated TV series.
Okay.
Before your Kung Fu Panda and your How to Train Your Dragon stuff, but this one was a little bit more adult geared.
Yeah.
It basically stars John Goodman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now I've got everyone interested.
Yeah.
John Goodman as the main character in the series, and his family of white lions, as they are the one of the main attractions for a Las Vegas magic act for Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A play on Siegfried and Roy. Yeah. And it's basically a comedy that I watched because I remember knowing about it, but then was just like, watch it just to see, just to see how it works, because it is in CGI animation, and for the most part, the animation does hold up surprisingly. I mean, this film came out before, I think it was before Shrek 3. I think after Madagascar.
Yeah,
I think so. Obviously it's not going to look as great as us, but it looks good, and surprisingly it does hold up. Some of the models for the humans don't look that great.
Yeah.
But it's nothing worse than Food Fight.
Okay.
It's way better than Food Fight.
Alright.
The series is pretty good. I can't remember all the main cast in it, but we have had some cameos from Danny DeVito. I'm only halfway through the series. Danny DeVito played a conspiracy-themed lobster.
I was hoping for a penguin there.
No, he played a lobster. And we also, and funny enough, we have one of the more interesting cameos. We have Eddie Murphy as Donkey. He's actually in the series. Yeah, Eddie Murphy as Donkey. Not anyone who impersonates him. Donkey from Shrek.
So this is set in the Shrek universe?
I think so. I think it's more set in I would like to say more the Madagascar universe or the DreamWorks universe after the film's Spirit, was it, and the Prince of Egypt. But yeah, he's in it, and Donkey definitely is Eddie Murphy, and he's definitely there, and he definitely kind of plays his role there, except now they do something very funny where they have Donkey kind of be this... Everyone knows Donkey. He's the biggest star right now, and he's in town to shoot an ad commercial. And obviously you kind of get like the wacky things where like our main character, his son, he's kind of they're doing like show off your parents' day, and he wants to say that he's you know, so he said, oh, I know Donkey, so he tries to get Donkey, and Donkey's clearly not interested because he's a busy guy now.
Yeah,
you know, he's a superstar. Just talk to his agent, you know. So obviously that doesn't quite transpire, but I won't ruin the plot of the episode. But it is pretty funny to see Donkey, but that does kind of lead to, I guess, the show's only real issue, and that is that there's a lot of what do you call it, product placement in the series, and not like decent. I'm talking like really bad product placement to the point, and it really bogs the series down for me. It doesn't quite make it as great as some other animated or puppet shows I've seen. Mainly because there is an incident where Siegfried and Roy, they are literally going to a 7-Eleven to get a big gulp.
Oh god!
And it's not like, oh, we're at this 7-Eleven and we're going to get it. No, literally one of them sees an advert for Big Gulp and is like, I want the Big Gulp, and he goes there to the soda machine, which has obviously your Pepsi, like not even a parody, your Pepsi, your Coke, and everything. And the series did get a lot of criticism for that. And also, for some reason, a lot of people didn't really like the animal characters. They preferred Siegfried and Roy for some reason. Yeah. But it kind of defeats the point of it, where it's about the lions and the other characters. So I was a bit like, what? You know. But the series, from what I've seen, is pretty good so far. I mean, they do have a teenage daughter who isn't fucking annoying.
Wow. Okay. That's
She's surprising. Not actually annoying.
Wow.
Like, the first time you see her, or even in the open, you see her just kind of on her like phone, but not on her phone or her headphones, and she's not actually annoying. Like, there is a pretty cool episode where they think she's doing the catnip. Yeah. And they accuse her, and she's just kind of like, oh, it's not mine. Yeah. You know, and there's a brilliant episode, 'cause she's trying to get into this school. And there's a brilliant episode where like she kind of goes out, and you know, she actually is a good kid, but her ethnics, she's not bad at all. She's not annoying as fuck. She does kind of, even with the episode with Danny DeVito, was a lot of that. She does kind of go along those kind of society's all this, but she's not annoying.
I'm actually amazed.
Yeah, she's not annoying. She's actually fairly likable.
Wow.
All the characters are likable. Even because you got her, you got the son called Hunter, who for whatever reason has like the weird cone they put around animals. Okay. I don't know why. Like, he still has that for some reason. Yeah. I'm really curious to see if they explain that, because he still has it. You can still see, and they even do a pretty funny shot where you can see his peripheral vision, which is very limited. Yeah. But you have him. You also have John Goodman's wife. I forget who she's played by, and you also have I forget his name, but he's a famous actor. You have her dad, who is like the older lion. Yeah. But the funny thing is, they kind of play off from real life events where he's old, but he's not quite dead. He's not quite lost the throne. Yeah. And he seems to be very wise and knowledgeable, but in a very snarky kind of way. I remember there being a situation where him saying something along the lines of, he's like, your daughter can't get into this school, while that school's easier to get into than North Florida. Yeah. It was just like, oof. Oof. Even back then, Florida was a bad place. But it is a pretty good series, and they've got one thing that may strike me is it's not laugh out loud, ha ha funny. It's more enjoyable to watch. Oh, that's a funny joke kind of show. It's more enjoyable to watch. So I wouldn't go into the show going, it's going to be the funniest thing in the world. Yeah, because it's not. But the characters are pretty good, and they have done some pretty good lines. Like, they even made a pretty good Lord of the Rings reference.
Oh, nice! Always a good thing to reference.
It was a bit on the nose, but there was a bit where the older lion, he tried to impress this much younger lion. I think she was a lion. Anyway. Yeah. So basically, she was looking after Hunter, being the kid, and he said, "Oh, I'm looking after him. That his dad's dead, and his mom's joined a cult." And so he basically pretended that, and obviously once he got caught out, he had to be Gandalf in their little role playing of Lord of the Rings. To which he said, "Oh kids, I got a better game. How about you guys will get me some liquor?" To which I said, "Oh, there's no liquor in this world." And he was like, "Damn it."
That's pretty cool.
Which I thought was a good way to end the episode. But it's a good series. I need to finish the series, and it's pretty good. I definitely would like to do a much better review of it once I finish the series. Yeah. But I've only got a couple episodes, which I'm going to try and finish off this before I leave on my trip. Because I'd like to finish off everything. I don't want to have to wait a couple days to do that. But it is a good show. I definitely recommend it, especially if you want to see early DreamWorks attempting something different at the time.
Yeah.
Because obviously people know about the Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's thingy, but I would like to actually... I think now's the time to bring it back.
Yeah.
I think animation's got a lot better, and I think they could do something like this. I mean, they've already got penguins and...
Oh, yeah, penguins and
that
Madagascar.
and all that, so I think... I would be perfectly happy if they brought it back for another series. If there's an audience and if DreamWorks want to expand, I say do it, because they do it for adults. Like,
yeah,
so they should do it. One of their franchises could work. I mean, obviously some of their films like Megamind and other.
Oh, I'd love to Megamind.
No, but I'm saying like obviously films like Megamind wouldn't work as a series.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously things like the Penguins and Kung Fu Panda and all that, they would work as a series. And Father of the Pride, I'd say continue. I think there is a petition which you can sign to hopefully get the series back.
Okay. I might have to try and watch it, because I haven't heard of it before.
It's good from what I've seen.
Okay.
I've seen like the first 6 episodes, and there's like 13 episodes. It didn't unfortunately get a second season because the ratings were a little bit too low at the time, and obviously the criticism that I said about people not really like the lying animals and some of the product placement did bother a lot of people because it felt a little bit too commercial.
I think we should cut to our commercial break.
Yeah, let's do
Nuka-Cola Quantum. Woo! Twice the flavour, twice the calories. Glug, glug.
So you've actually got the echo. You actually got the echo in the can. He actually is drinking a can of Coke, but no worries, they can't sue us. You can't get us Coke.
Exactly. Although if you want to give me money, please post it to me.
Yeah, we don't mind. I mean, we could do with the money. Yeah. No, not unless there's anything you've been watching which you want to chime in and talk about.
Well, I started watching the old 90s Spider-Man cartoon with the amazing intro music, which...
Spider-Man.
Radioactive Spider Blood.
Spider-Man.
It's a really... Like, the animation's still good despite being... Yes. It's very cheap in places.
Yeah, I remember it being very cheap in some areas.
And they can't, like, say the word death or killed, so they just kind of like, what happened to my dad? He's destroyed.
Yeah,
but
it's always funny when cartoons use that.
It's still very fun to watch, and despite some of the silliness, like a neogenic recombinator and a meteor of Prometheus X, or Prometheum X, or something.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's still a fun show, and still does like the Venom saga better than the comics did.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah, the comics.
The movie.
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, the movie tried to copy the animated show with that Venom bit, and they did it terribly. They did it terribly. But yeah, it's
good. I mean, I think I definitely had fond memories of watching it as a kid. Yeah. I mean, obviously the network I was watching on never showed it in order, so it was always one episode Spider-Man was fighting like, Lizard, and next he was like in another dimension, and I was like, okay.
That's the next season, or the season after that. I can't remember. I watched all of season 1.
The series is long though.
There's I mean, I there's a video on YouTube that has like all of season 1, and it's 4 hours.
Oh wow!
But he's put it up for every season, so there's all 5 seasons, about 4 hours each.
Fair enough. I mean, then again, that's quite short. I mean.
Yeah, I presume each episode's about 20 minutes, so...
Yeah, so it's not that many episodes a season.
No, it's about 12, maybe? No, 16.
Something along those lines, but I know the compilation of all the, the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic episodes from the first season is about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh... But,
Still haven't watched that.
Well, watch it if you want, I guess. Which is fine though, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like 60s Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Spider-Man.
You can have a fucking laugh watching that series and just watching all the memes and all that. Cause
I love the memes.
I think 60s Spider-Man is probably the strongest Marvel character in the universe because the fact that he's making like a boat out of his cobwebs and stuff like that, and all this crazy shit is just like, oh my gosh, he's too OP.
Well, I mean, another one you should watch, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
His Amazing Friends?
Yeah.
Sounds like a kid show.
It was.
For the babies.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Spider-Man, Human Torch, and Iceman, but they couldn't use Human Torch for a reason, so they created a new character called Firestar. Yeah, and to take over Human Torch's place. And it was so weird. There was 3 episodes about video games and about a video game character coming to life and attacking them. And then by the 3rd episode of that, he's a good guy now, called Video Man.
Video Man. Yeah. Sounds like something from Blockbusters. Video Man.
Yeah.
Video Man, you got that film?
Yeah, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, very funny.
Definitely worth a look. I'm going to have to check that out as well. I definitely recommend you guys watch. I mean, have you seen that Hulk Agents of Smash?
Oh
cartoon?
no, I've been wanting to watch it.
Fucking joke, don't watch it.
Oh.
So stupid. Hey, if anyone's a fan of the Hulk and they like their Hulk cartoons with fucking shitty transitions and crops and the Hulk using a gun, then that's the cartoon for yeah. Why does the Hulk need a gun? I understand range isn't his best thing, but
was he Grey Hulk or normal Hulk?
No, he was normal Hulk.
Oh.
He's with She-Hulk and 2 other Hulks and some other blue dude who looks like the thing from Gargoyles.
Oh, I think I know who it is. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, that blue
He's
dude.
Fin Fang Foom in that.
I don't know who that is.
He's a giant lizard dragon man. Like 100 feet tall.
I ain't seen it. I watched that show. I just watched it one morning and it pissed me off.
Oh.
Because it was so stupid.
I remember watching part of the Spider-Man series recently, and it was very well done.
Probably
and
the Amazing Spider-Man one.
Maybe.
Where he was with Nova, White Tigress, Power Man and Nova.
It was before that one. It had Gwen Stacy, and it was very high school set. And everyone in the high school seems to have like revolving relationships, so everyone's probably dated someone, and it just goes in a circle. No, like even the guys end up dating like everyone.
Even the guys.
Yeah, it's really quite amusing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird ass TV adaptations of cartoons, which I think we'll have to come back on another. That could be a topic in its own.
Yeah, definitely.
Or video, perhaps.
Oh my god.
Oh lord, what is he hinting at? But yeah, that's good that you're actually watching some other stuff from that. Which is good. I guess the only thing left to do is to obviously wrap up this long ass episode that we've recorded.
The Ace Edition episode.
The Ace Edition, or the catch up, I guess.
Yeah.
So we can call it, because from now on we should roughly be up to date to some extent, and hopefully we can get Ferret back.
Yeah,
hopefully we can get you back as well. Hopefully we can do this. So I guess the only thing left to do is to do the video of the week.
Yes.
Which is going to be, because on the topic of superheroes, we talked superheroes a lot.
We did
on this.
It's my favourite subject.
And franchises. So we're gonna link you with the Saturday Morning Avengers, the Watchmen. Sorry, which is a short video. It's got pretty views, but it's basically if the everyone's favorite gritty and dark. That's how you do fucking gritty and dark.
Yeah, exactly. Best graphic novel ever.
It's basically if the concept of the Watchmen was a Saturday morning cartoon, much like the vein of any other 80s classic. And we're going to leave you that video. It's not too long, but I think if anyone who knows Watchmen or loves the franchise is going to fucking have a ball with this video.
It's brilliant. So, I love it.
So the link's in the description for everyone to see. And I guess that is going to conclude episode 7 of the podcast. And we should be back fairly soon for the next one. We are probably going to make it 2 weekly now, guys. So whenever this podcast goes up, expect there to be a next one the following week after. Just so we have the exact right amount, maybe an hour worth of content to talk about, instead of us possibly going, oh, let's not do a podcast, or really stretching the envelope to fill up the quota of maybe an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, so expect changes, and keep in contact with us, and the description and all that, and watch the video of the week. And I guess the only thing left to do is say I am the Angry Raccoon,
and I am Ace,
and we'll catch you on the next one.
I'm not saying it this time. I'm leaving it as sequel hook.
Good. All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Do you want to do the introduction for this one?
Okay. You want me to read that?
Yeah. That's the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people have all found it. Okay, I fucked up.
Go on, do it again.